Hello my beautiful and amazing people, badass Dark Zone agents, Uncle Butcher in the building with another barbecue chicken setup, which is clapping actually booty cheeks till this day. Why? Because I'm using a Lady Dead exotic SMG, which is still one of the best SMGs in the game for PvP and PvE content, although I know, my beautiful bastard, that magazine size is terrible. It sucks cat's balls for sure, but on the kill you will receive increased movement speed, and that helps us a lot actually with survivability, because we can switch rapidly our position, we can take cover here and there, we can basically take enemies in bunches, we can run circles around them. Most of the time when you will be in somebody's face, the enemy will try to melee you, just like you saw right now. That's like broken animation. Whatever they were doing previously will be cancelled by rushing to them. They will always try to melee you. Just look at this stupid shit, but you can take advantage of this build, especially when you're gonna lose your shield. Just rush to the enemies, boom, another melee attack. It's simply how the code was written. If you are in enemy faces, they will try to melee you, and that gives you that split second to take them out or stack your Lady Dead and get that amplified weapon damage. And we have shit ton of damage in this build, guys, like shit ton. But before we continue, quick word from the sponsor Diving.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates, but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then Diving.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your order super quick. Everything happens through account sharing. This service has been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews. You can check everything by yourself, but now with my promo code RBDIV, you will receive 15% discount on absolutely all service. Amazing deal, especially when right now they have some crazy sales going on, so definitely check these guys out. But now let's get back to this build. Like I said, I'm using Lady Dead and ridiculous amount of SMG damage buffs. So I have pretty much somewhere around like 150% weapon damage, maybe even more, and that will be amplified with 70% from our Lady Dead buff. It's kinda crazy, and you can tweak this build here and there to gain even more survivability if you want. I'm using gunner specialization, which will increase rate of fire on kill and armor. 10% armor back on kill as well is kinda nice. But if you will switch one piece in the setup, you will gain additional health back on kill and 20% armor back on kill. And now 30% armor back on kill is actually really good. Really good, paired up with some healing from your fixer drone and ninja bike backpack. Oh yeah, this setup can be really tanky if you want. But if you choose that direction, then switch mods for crit damage mods. Okay, I will get everything in a second. So like I said at my intro, for specialization here we will use gunner, because like I said, increased rate of fire on kill and increased armor back on kill. 10% armor on kill is really good. Medkit is giving us bonus armor. We have Banshee pulse, which is good skill for PvP. We have foam grenades for crowd control purposes. We can stop chungus, elites, hunters, rogue agents. All those poor souls will be clapped pretty much easily. For the guns, I'm using lefty shotgun with perfect sledgehammer talent, which will be procced with foam grenades as well. For the second weapon, I'm using Lady Dead exotic SMG, which has ridiculous damage amplifier buff. We can amplify our damage by freaking 70%, and if you consider how much additional SMG damage we have in this build, that's pretty nuts. Yeah, you have to run around and stack Lady Dead, but that's the beauty of this build. Movement, speed, and in PvP, that's all you need actually. Look at this. Oh my goodness, and aim. Unfortunately, I don't have aim, and that's the reason why I'm not playing any PvP anymore. I don't want to be called the names and trash talked, and I don't want to cry anymore. Nah, I'm not playing PvP because it's in terrible state. Actually, it sucks. Yeah, just think about this shit. Game is 5 years old, and we still have like 5 conflict maps in 5 years. Yeah, it's that bad. Anyway, I got off the topic. So Lady Death is my main weapon here. If you don't have it, use Ouroboros. If you don't have that weapon, goddamn, use Apartment. We have been on this topic. If you don't have these guns, goddamn, man, then you need some nuts and go farm. Get your hands dirty, farm some shit, and then come back to this setup. For the pistol, this is the exclusive pistol Orbit with perfect finisher talent. I'm using this pistol basically all the time. If I'm not using any skill build. For the gear itself, I am using one Hunter's Fury piece, which paired up with Ninja Bike backpack will give me 15% SMG damage and 15% shotgun damage buff. Perfect, man. For the chest piece, I'm using Perfect Companion, and like I said in my last video, this is my final companion build where I can see this talent decent, where it can work. Because I'm using 2 pieces from this brand set to gain additional 30% SMG damage buff, and that's again thanks to Ninja Bike backpack. Then I'm using Picaro's holster, name it Picaro's holster, which will give me 15% weapon damage, but now paired up with Ninja Bike backpack, I'm gaining additional skill tiers. So I have 2 skill tiers, and my fixed drone now can do some shit. It will heal, not much, but noticeable here and there. It will give you additional health, and with each kill you're gonna heal yourself pretty constantly, and just make sure that you're moving and rushing to the enemies to trigger their broken animation, which I covered in the intro all the time. If you will face some enemies, they will try to hit you, and that's all you need, that split second to charge those enemies with delicious bullets in their faces. So Ninja Bike backpack will give us 3 core attributes. At this point, I think you know how Ninja Bike backpack works. Then I'm using obviously second piece for SMG damage buff and Sokolov's knee pads to gain again additional SMG damage buff. So I have Hunter's Fury gear set buff, 15% SMG damage buff. From companion gear set I'm getting additional 30%. Now I have Sokolov's buff, that's additional 10%, so 40, 55. That's on top of my 90% weapon damage from all red core attributes. Oh my goodness, I'm reaching pretty much 150% SMG damage. Now throw in the mix 20% companion damage buff and 70% amplified damage buff from Lady Death. Oh boy, oh my goodness. And of course, don't forget a lefty with perfect sledgehammer talent, which can provide us with additional damage. So yeah, damage, oh shit, is nasty as fuck. Nasty. Bye.